Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Imagine walking in the footsteps of ancient Egyptians, not just the famous pharaohs, but the powerful individuals who ran the empire from behind the scenes. Today, we're journeying to Luxor, where archaeologists have just peeled back another layer of time, revealing the final resting places of three such officials from over 3,000 years ago, offering a rare and intimate glimpse into the lives of the non-royal elite. In a major discovery, a team of Egyptian archaeologists has unearthed three remarkably well-preserved tombs on Luxor's west bank, in a necropolis known as Dra Abu el-Naga. These tombs date back to the New Kingdom, a golden age of pharaonic power, and belonged to influential officials who served during the 18th and 19th dynasties. While not the tombs of kings, they are invaluable for their detailed inscriptions and depictions of daily life, providing a crucial counterpoint to the more formal, religious iconography found in the nearby Valley of the Kings. The necropolis of Dra Abu el-Naga itself is a fascinating location. Stretching between the Valley of the Kings and the famous temples of Deir el-Bahri, it was a highly desirable final resting place for high-ranking officials, priests and dignitaries of ancient Thebes. Think of it as the prime real estate for the afterlife. Its location, directly opposite the grand Karnak temple complex on the other side of the Nile, wasn't just for a good view. It was a deeply symbolic choice. This proximity placed the deceased in a perpetual, eternal association with the great god Amun-Re, the principal deity of Thebes and the most powerful god of the New Kingdom. The necropolis was used for centuries, but it reached its absolute peak during the New Kingdom from about 1550 to 1070 BCE, when Thebes was the religious and administrative heart of Egypt. The hundreds of tombs honeycombing these hillsides are a testament to the complex, hierarchical society that supported the pharaohs. Unlike royal tombs, which focus on the king's divine journey, these tombs of the nobles are like a book of daily life. Their walls are covered with vibrant, colorful scenes of agriculture, grand banquets, hunting expeditions, and officials carrying out their duties. So, who were the men who owned these newly discovered tombs? Inscriptions have allowed archaeologists to identify them and their prestigious roles. Two tombs date to the illustrious 18th dynasty, a period of immense wealth and imperial expansion, while the third belongs to an official from the Ramesside period of the 19th dynasty. The 19th dynasty tomb belonged to a man named Amun-Ipet. He was an official who worked in the temple, or on the estate of the great god Amun. This was a position of considerable influence. The cult of Amun was the most powerful religious institution of the time, controlling vast tracts of land, enormous wealth, and wielding significant political power. To work within this institution meant you were at the very center of the action. The other two tombs, from the earlier 18th dynasty, belonged to Baki, who was a grain silo supervisor, and another man identified only as S, who held multiple impressive titles. S was a scribe, the mayor of the northern oases, and the overseer of the temple of Amun in those oases. These roles are incredibly revealing. Baki's job as a grain supervisor highlights the absolute importance of resource management. In an agricultural society, controlling the food supply was controlling power itself. The titles of S show the intricate web of bureaucracy that stretched from the capital in Thebes to the far-flung territories of the Egyptian Empire, ensuring the pharaoh's authority and the flow of resources were maintained. Now, let's step inside these tombs. The architecture itself tells a story. The tomb of Amun-Ipet from the 19th dynasty is accessed through a small courtyard leading to a square hall. Although time has worn away much of the decoration, remaining fragments show scenes of a funerary procession and a banquet. These banquet scenes are common and are often associated with a major annual celebration called the Beautiful Festival of the Valley. During this festival, families would actually feast in the tombs of their ancestors, a beautiful ceremony that blurred the lines between the living and the dead. This tomb also has a niche that was altered in a later period, indicating it was reused. a very common practice as desirable burial space became scarce. The tomb of Baki, the grain supervisor, is more elaborate. It has a long, corridor-like courtyard that opens into a second courtyard, which then leads to the main entrance. Inside, a transverse hall connects to a longitudinal chamber, ending in an unfinished shrine with a burial shaft. The fact that it's unfinished is significant. It suggests that the tomb's construction might have been cut short, perhaps by Baki's sudden death, a poignant reminder that even the most meticulous plans for eternity could be interrupted. The third tomb, belonging to the scribe and mayor S, also features a courtyard and a burial shaft leading to a main entrance. This opens into a transverse hall connected to another unfinished longitudinal room. The layout of these tombs, though sometimes incomplete, is typical of the T-shaped plan common for non-royal tombs of this period. This design was highly symbolic. The outer transverse hall was a public area for commemorative rituals, while the inner longitudinal chamber was a more private section leading to the burial itself, representing a physical journey from the world of the living to the realm of the dead. Now, what about the treasures inside? Even though the tombs were disturbed in antiquity, the excavations yielded a number of significant artifacts that illuminate the funerary beliefs of the time. Among the most important are Ushabti figurines. These are small, mummiform statuettes that were placed in tombs to act as servants for the deceased in the afterlife. They are essentially magical stand-ins. Each Ushabti was inscribed with a spell from the Book of the Dead, which commanded it to answer the call if the deceased was asked to perform manual labor, like tilling the fields in the Egyptian paradise. The figurines often carried miniature hoes, picks, and baskets, ready for their eternal chores. The goal was to allow the tomb owner to enjoy an eternity of leisure, while their Ushabti army did all the work. It's the ultimate ancient life hack. A high-status burial like this would have also required a set of canopic jars. During the mummification process, the internal organs, specifically the lungs, liver, stomach, and intestines, were removed, embalmed, and placed into 4 separate jars. Each organ was protected by one of the 4 sons of the god Horus. The lids of the jars from the New Kingdom were beautifully carved into the heads of these 4 deities. The human-headed Imsati guarded the liver, the baboon-headed Hapi protected the lungs, the jackal-headed Duamutef watched over the stomach, and the falcon-headed Kebesenuef was the guardian of the intestines. This practice was vital to ensure the deceased entered the afterlife with their body complete and protected. Finally, the discovery also included various types of pottery. This might not sound as glamorous as gold, but for archaeologists, pottery is priceless. It's an essential tool for dating the tombs and understanding daily life. Different styles of pottery and types of clay can tell us about trade connections, the kinds of food and drink that were stored, and the offerings made to the deceased. The presence of specific vessels, like marl clay jars often used for wine, gives us clues about the funerary feasts held in honor of the dead. To truly appreciate this discovery, we need to understand the world these officials lived in. The 18th and 19th dynasties represent the absolute pinnacle of Egypt's power. The 18th dynasty began around 1550 BCE after the Egyptians expelled foreign rulers, ushering in an era of unprecedented military expansion. This period includes legendary figures like the female pharaoh Hatshepsut, who oversaw massive building projects, Thutmose III, often called the Napoleon of ancient Egypt for his military conquests, and the heretic king Akhenaten, who tried to transform Egyptian religion into the worship of a single sun god. The 19th dynasty, the Ramesside period, was dominated by powerhouse pharaohs like Seti I and his son Ramesses II, also known as Ramesses the Great. They were famous for their colossal building projects, like the temples at Abu Simbel, and their military campaigns against rival empires like the Hittites. The lives of officials like Amunimipet, Baki, and S unfolded against this epic backdrop. Their administrative roles were the backbone of the empire. They managed the grain that fed the armies administered justice in distant lands, and oversaw the vast temple estates that were the economic engines of the time. Without these men, the grand ambitions of the pharaohs would have been impossible. This unearthing is the latest in a string of incredible discoveries in Luxor that are continually reshaping our understanding of ancient Egypt. In 2021, archaeologists announced the discovery of the Lost Golden City, a sprawling 400-year-old industrial and administrative settlement, so well preserved it was described as an Egyptian version of Pompeii. These ongoing finds prove that the sands of Luxor still hold countless secrets. The 3 newly found tombs will now be meticulously cleaned, conserved, and studied. Archaeologists will document every inscription and artifact, hoping to learn more about these 3 officials, their families, and the society they helped to shape. Each new find is another piece in the grand puzzle of ancient Egypt, a window opened onto the past. It's a powerful testament to a civilization that continues to captivate the world, and a reminder that its story is still being written, one discovery at a time.